This is the Newsroom.
This is the Newsroom for Friday, December 6, 2024. We're broadcasting to you on E1, SKAR TV, NTN, and TARZEE TV in Bartica. In headlines, President Ali receives a prestigious award for climate action. Vice President Jagdeo assures citizens that they will get the $100,000 cash grant subsequently if they miss the first registration schedule.
I know people are concerned about their ability to get registered, so I want them to understand that the government is taking their concerns seriously.
Fines and jail time proposed in draft Prevention of Harassment Bill. In tonight's feature, we tell you about the Black Treasure of Grenada. And in sport, national athlete Arensi Chance wants local athletes to capitalize on the scouting opportunities at major events, and fans share their opinions on the Global Super League and the performance of the Guyana Amazon Warriors. With the news, I'm Vishani Raghavi. We're glad you can join us. President Dr. Finali received the Wilson Award from the Wilson Center for his unwavering dedication to climate change action and biodiversity during a gala and dinner in Miami last evening. While delivering feature remarks, the president emphasized the importance of leaders uniting to craft common policies to address global climate challenges, underscoring the need for shared vision and collaboration.
A just transition must also be able to deliver reliable energy to every citizen of the world. We still have many countries, many populations that are energy starved. Energy poverty is a real thing, and the energy gap within continents and within country is expanding. So we have to find the right balance, and we are all for finding the right balance. That is why I believe the Wilson Center is important in this dialogue. We cannot allow emotions to drive our actions. We cannot allow the science alone to drive action. There must be a match between economy, science, ecology, and all of it to ensure sustainability and resilience. And that is the match that we have to get. And to do this, we have to get all the players around the table, not separate tables. We can't win by discussing this on separate tables.
The government has a regional registration scheduled for the $100,000 cash grant, but Vice President Dr. Jagdeo clarified on Thursday that any person who is unable to register during the outlined period will receive their funds subsequently. Dr. Jagdeo told reporters at his weekly press conference that the government is for 1, 4, 7, 8, and 9 in the first round. Schedules have been issued for each of those regions except Region 7, and registration is underway. In Region 9, some citizens have received their cash grants already.
They have substantially completed the registration exercise in Region 9 and already started distributing checks there. They have substantially completed the exercise in Region 1 and Region 8. The schedule for Region 7 will be announced shortly, and the schedule for Region 4, East Coast, East Bank, and Georgetown are all out at this point in time. So we expect that this exercise will be completed in these 4 regions in the course of the next 4 weeks, and the checks for these 5 regions would all be cut, if not distributed immediately. But we're making a big effort to have them in people's hands too. I know people are concerned about their ability to get registered, so I want them to understand that the government is taking their concerns seriously, but it is a huge undertaking. It's a large number of people, and it will take time. So So for example, if you're in region 1 or region 9 and you did not have an opportunity to be registered when the team was there, would you still be able to get your money? The answer is yes. That's why I said substantially completed. So if we've completed, say, 95 or 96% of the persons in a region that are registered and we get the checks in their hands, then the 5% remaining, 4 or 5% remaining, we can, at a later point in time, set up a mechanism for people to be registered, and they too will receive their checks.
Manufacturers continue to complain about the barriers that hinder the export of their products within the Caribbean community called CARICOM, and Vice President Dr. Jagdeo said Guyana may need to impose restrictions too. He said this in response to a concern raised at the Guyana Manufacturing and Services Association Presentation Awards dinner on Thursday night. Jagdeo acknowledged the concern, noting it is a long-standing issue for some countries to use phytosanitary measures as barriers. Now, phytosanitary restrictions are quarantine and biosecurity measures implemented by countries to help safeguard against the spread of pests or diseases that may be in agricultural products.
The leadership of the GMSA has to elevate these issues into public spat. Let's fight it in the public domain, raise it there, so then public pressure forces resolution of these matters. Because we've made it clear, I'm not very popular in some circles or in these countries, but I said it's time for reciprocity in many areas. If you don't take our stuff, we're not gonna allow free access into your products. They liberally use the CCJ to interpret the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas. Why can't we do that? Why can't our business community say that they're unfairly using phytosanitary restrictions, and do the same? You got to advocate the organization, Ramsey. You can't just be making speeches here and asking me to nudge the government along to do some manufacture processing facility. I can do that easily, but this is where the service is to your membership. And you have to now raise it. You talk about all the wonderful relationship you have with Trinidad Chambers and everybody in Suriname Chambers. Raise the issue. And so that's how we have to work. We're not gonna take this nonsense. They do this a lot. And so this is something that should happen routinely. They use phytosanitary restrictions for as a trade barrier.
Under the Draft Protection from Harassment Bill 2024, persons can face a penalty of up to $1 million and 6 months to 1 year imprisonment for stalking and threatening behaviors. Meanwhile, the bill proposes that employers ensure that efforts are made to prevent harassment in schools, workplaces, and in public and private institutions. The Ministry of Human Services and Social Security on Friday held a public consultation on the bill, offering citizens the opportunity to engage with officials and share their views on the proposed legislation before it is taken to the National Assembly.
Sexual harassment. It's a topic that is very, very old, and many countries around the world have attempted to address it. So the first policy consideration for any society that is concerned about protecting people, ensuring that all are free from violence, all are free from discrimination, all are treated with equality, with respect and dignity, is to ensure that in furthering this unique and necessary objective and goal, that we don't bring problems into the arena that should not belong in the arena. So what should be the definition of sexual harassment is the first thing. And the second thing is that we must decide that in passing a law in a society that did not have a comprehensive law such as this, would be to be concerned about, well, what social spaces are we attempting to regulate? and how far should we go in placing an umbrella of protection on various social spaces. So one of the things you will see this law trying to do is to present to you more detailed versions of what we are saying should be harassment.
Get ready for the chance of a lifetime. Enet customers are in for a thrill with a daily chance to win $100,000 by just being an active user of the Orange 30 Days Extra plan. But that's not all. This amazing plan now comes with a whopping 100 gigabytes of data, doubled for even more freedom and fun. The excitement is already building, with several Enet customers having won so far, and more winners still to be revealed before the promotion ends on December 31st. Will you be next? Ashley John, Enet's head of creative, announces today's winner.
We're getting closer and closer to Christmas, and we continue with our 100K a day promotion, and we are ready to pick today's winning Enet number. 711-5011. That belongs to Janelle Caesar, and I think we should give her a call right now. Hey Janelle, it's Ashley John from Enet. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking.
You sound excited. I guess you know why I'm calling. Janelle, you won $100,000 from Enet, and it's just because you are on our Orange 30 Days Extra plan.
You did it because I'm a single mom.
Oh, tell me what you're gonna do with this money.
Is a part of that money is to go towards my my lot, because I've given my house lot from housing. The other part will go towards trees and buying something for the kids' Christmas.
So again, congratulations, and we'll take a really nice picture on Tuesday when you come to Uplift.
Thank you so much.
All right, have a wonderful day. It is an absolute honor and privilege to be able to contribute to your life in such a great way. And we're really, really proud and happy for Janelle and her 2 kids. And remember, if you activate that plan before December 12th, you will get a chance to double your winnings and win $200,000 instead of $100,000. And we're doing that for 12 days of Christmas. It runs from December 12th to December 23. So activate that Orange 30 Days Extra plan now, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
When the newsroom returns, we tell you about nutmeg, the black gold in Grenada. Welcome back, this is the Newsroom. Though tiny, nutmeg is a black and golden treasure in the spice isle of Grenada. Not only is it central to the island's culture and economy, but the delicious spice has several important uses. Specifically for the taste it adds to dishes such as soups, stews, sauces, and pickles. The island of Grenada is the world's second largest exporter of nutmeg. The Newsroom's Strata Bacchus and Jeremy Jagger visited Grenada recently and toured the Nutmeg Museum to get a first-hand look at how the spice is grown, processed, and packaged.
Nutmeg has played an important part in our economic industry for as long as we know, for 300 years. The maize, it's not the bad stuff, it's the good stuff. So a little bit of this in your coffee on morning will help regulate your digestive system. It also aids in anesthetic purposes and also as a preserve. The maize can be used as a substitute for nutmeg in recipes because it is a lighter flavor. The nutmeg, I said, so it's got me looking beautiful. For its anti-aging properties, it also keeps itself long, so it preserves itself. Once in the shell, it can last up to 100 years and more. The shell is what actually protects it. The reason why we take it apart because there's a bug that likes to eat the maize, so that people don't throw everything away. So we separate it for these purposes. But once you come to Ireland, you would be lucky to see it in its natural form. So we extract the oils from both the maize and the nutmeg. We do jams, jellies like this here, confectionaries. We also do bath products like soaps. We also do cosmetics like lip balm. We have face masks and we incorporate it with other spices. We also use for sprays and lotions. So as an anesthetic, nutmeg is used basically because it intends to muscle activity, ligament activity. So most time they tell you if somebody had a stroke, you will crack one of the seeds and put it on either side of the jaw. And because of the pressure, the oil will be extracted and it will keep it from twisting the jaw.
We tell you now that Vice President Dr. President Jagdeo, in no uncertain terms, said Guyana needs a Deepwater port, but Thursday contended that the government may have to co-invest in the much-needed venture due to the size of the investment required. Now, Jagdeo said this large-scale investment could cost more than $1 billion US. To make this investment competitive and fully functional, the Vice President said the port would have to support a myriad of businesses.
Ultimately, we have to have a deepwater port in Guyana. And the reason why this has not moved forward, it's because of the scale of the investment. It's large sums of money, running into upwards of $1 billion US. And as I explained today at the press conference, to amortize $1 billion, you really need to have a solid stream of benefits to do that. And it can't be supported from the routine import-export activities of Guyana. So we need to add additional revenue streams to this. The connection with Brazil is a very vital connection because it will do just that. And then the possibility of using Guyana as a hub to transship back into the Caribbean is another revenue stream, as well as the expansion of the oil and gas industry in Guyana, particularly the gas component. So we're looking at all of these variables, and we'll have to, even in the future, if the investment can't stand on its own, that the internal rate of return will not justify it. There would have to be government co-investment to make this a feasible project.
Days after members of the Alliance for Change political party refused to answer questions about the 2020 general and regional elections, General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Civic raised concerns about the party's willingness to be held accountable if trusted with political power. At his weekly press conference, Dr. Jagdeo raised concerns that AFC Executive Cathy Hughes denied a reporter the opportunity to ask a question about the party's actions in the last elections. Hughes was at the press conference with party leader Nigel Hughes and other executive members, and she told the reporter that only questions about contemporary issues would be taken.
How could you take a political party like this seriously, where the entire leadership of a party at a press conference on Zoom, they don't do press conferences live, on Zoom, a Zoom press conference saying, no, we will tell you what you can ask at the press conferences, and we're not going to take questions from the past. That happened this week. You wouldn't think that it would happen anywhere in the world. So he's unprepared to answer anything from the past. Cathy, you said that at their press conference. They're unprepared to do that. But he doesn't even want to answer from the present. He doesn't even want to answer the questions about his conflict of interest. So they're not going to answer from the present nor the past. And they hope that we will take them. The people of this country would miraculously take them by some stroke of fate, give them the reins of power again. If they can't be accountable now, how would they be accountable if they have political power? And it's a kind of arrogance that they had when they had political power. They brought it back out into the opposition.
In 2024, the Guyana Tourism Authority conditionally approved 26 bed and breakfast properties, Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce Onet Walron revealed at her end-of-year press conference earlier this week. She noted how these facilities continue to contribute to the unique and personalized experiences for persons visiting Guyana as the country expands its accommodation options.
Bread and breakfast sector is playing a critical role in complementing the operations of these major hotels, and while offering unique personalized experience. Most of these are owned by individuals who put an attachment onto their house, and so you get that individual experience. The visitor gets to experience Guyana's culture, hospitality, and charm, making it a vital component of our overall tourism strategy. And you could see also how this benefits the ordinary Guyanese, as you get a house from our quite aggressive housing development sector. You can attach an apartment, that become an income earner. We continue to this end actively working with private property owners to expand and enhance the bread and breakfast options across the country. And this is not just Georgetown, it's in every single region. We do this by providing technical support, so we don't just leave you, we give you advice on how to make the standard of your bread and breakfast internationally acceptable. Because when visitors come, they expect a certain standard, and sometimes it doesn't even cost much more money to be able to build out something that is acceptable and comfortable for the visitors. So we provide that technical support through the Guyana Tourism Authority. We provide guidance and resources to help these properties meet the international standard and deliver exceptional guest experiences.
When the news returns to financial, weather and bridge reports along with sport news, please stay with us. Welcome back to the newsroom. Now for a look at what's happening in sport, and we start things off with some cricket news. A rain-shortened match between the Rangpur Riders and the Lahore Qalandars saw the Bangladesh Premier League side make the final of the ExxonMobil Ghana Global Super League after they won by 23 runs on the Duckworth-Lewis-Stern method. Friday's final will see Cricket Victoria take on the Rangpur Riders to determine who will lift the inaugural GSL trophy. The weather intervened on a couple of occasions at Providence to such an extent that the match was eventually reduced to a 9-over shootout. Rangpur Riders were 85 for 1 after 9 overs, with Stephen Taylor on 32 and Saif Hassan on 27, when a rain interruption ended their innings. Upon resumption, the Qalandars needed 111 off 9 overs to book their spot in the final, but they fell short at 87 for 7 after losing 3 wickets in the first over bowled by Mehdi Hassan. Ghana Amazon Warriors still had a slim chance of making the final, but they needed the Qalandars to lose narrowly by making 108 or 109. After the game, Rangpur Riders skipper Nurul Hassan spoke to local media operatives.
Art Nurul, first of all, congrats getting into the final. What's the feeling like finally getting into that last match?
I know, from the first time when I came here, so I think it's a great tournament so far, and I think it's a great achievement for us to play in the final. And we started really hard in first 2 matches. We lost first 2 matches, so I think from there to here it's a great achievement for boys, and boys really work hard in that time. And also want to thanks to the team management. They always supported us, and they help us to believe that we can move around.
You lost those first 2 games. What did you say to your guys to lift their confidence?
I think it's a great opportunity for all of us, and I think boys are very hungry, and I think they after 2 matches, boys are really, we are talking about the match, what we can do better. So I think the wicket is a little bit tricky, so we need to play a little bit of smart as well, because the balls comes not well to the bat. So I think we need to play as a team, and I think we did it, and it's a tomorrow is the final, so we are looking for it.
Yeah. How frustrating was that dealing with the weather here tonight?
It's happening in cricket. We are used to it that, but I think the way we started it really helped us to come here.
Have you able to tick all the boxes as you're heading to the final? You think that you're in a good space now as you head into that final?
Yeah, definitely. What I think is a great opportunity for us, and I think the crowd of Bangladesh are really proud about that. And I think we are representing Bangladesh here, so I think the crowd with us, and I think after losing 2 matches, all are supporting us to come here. So want to thank. Great opportunity for all of us to play a final in here, and I think we can make it tomorrow, inshallah.
What was the standout moment for you tonight?
After last match, we had a good pump up, and I think it's a great momentum that we can come tonight in here, and I think the boys are really hungry to play well in here, and we know if we can make it, it is a great opportunity for us to play final in here.
Mitchell Starc claimed career-best test figures of 6 for 48 as Australia seized the initiative on day 1 of the second test against India. Rohit Sharma won the toss and decided to make first use of the pitch at Adelaide Oval, but India were rattled out for 180 thanks to some high-class bowling from Starc, who confirmed his status as the most dangerous bowler in day-night test cricket. The left-arm quick set the tone for an impressive Australia attack when he struck with the very first delivery of the match as Yashvi Jaiswal was trapped LBW. Starc's haul also included top-order wickets of KL Rahul and Virat Kohli before another menacing spell later in India's innings blew away their lower order. His figures eclipsed the 6 for 50 he took against Sri Lanka at the Gale in August 2016 and underlined his mastery with the pink ball. Nobody comes close to his 72 wickets in day-night tests. Nitish Kumar Reddy struck 3 sixes as he top-scored for India with a counter-attacking knock of 42 off 54 balls, including a spectacular reverse scoop off Scott Boland. Usman Khawaja then fell to Jasprit Bumrah for 13 before Nathan McSweeney 38 not out, and an under-fire Marcus Labuschagne 20 not out batted Australia to 86 for 1. Harry Brook's scintillating century was backed up by crucial late wickets from Bryden Carson the first day of England's second test against New Zealand in Wellington. Brook continued his stellar form and phenomenal overseas record with 123 from 115 deliveries. He added 174 for the 5th wicket with Ollie Pope, who made 66. Either side having lost the toss and been asked to bat, England were too expensive against the moving ball. Their first 4 wickets fell for 43 runs, including Zach Crawley for a skittish 17, and their last 4 for 21. After Brooke and Pope, Chris Woakes' 18 was the next highest score in the tourists' 280. Carsten led the bowling effort for England with 2 wickets as the Black Caps closed on 86 for 5, still 194 runs behind. National athlete Arinze Chance, the founder of A Record Chance Inc., is challenging athletes and their coaches to maintain consistency beyond the Carifta Games, as success at all the major events would aid their chances of being scouted for overseas colleges. According to Chance, while it is understandable there is a major push for support and focus on Carifta, there are a lot more opportunities that come after for athletes to achieve their goals of getting into top track programs in North America.
We're going to take out the back end of the year where we would focus more on getting athletes prepared for international competitions like the South American under 20 and under 18 or the World under 18 championships. You know, there's so many competitions that happen at the end of the season, but we primarily focus on the beginning of the season. Carifta seems to be where we stop the buck in Guyana, but we know at ARC, Carifta is just the beginning. The Jamaicans typically don't send their best athletes to Carifta games, and that is a known fact across the Caribbean, but yet still they win. We want to ensure that we send athletes to Carifta games to defeat the Jamaicans, that's one, but also to go at the major championships at the end of the season, because that is when it really matters. All of the coaches, when they go out to scout and from the universities in the US, even from universities in the Caribbean, they scout at these major championships, not just Carifta games. So if we leave our athletes, you know, in the Easter weekend and think that is it for the rest of the season, you know, other athletes are taking away those scholarship opportunities from them just because they're able to progress throughout the season and do a great thing at the end.
And the Global Super League comes to an end. Cricket fans in Guyana have been sharing their opinions on the new competition, its potential, and the performance of the Guyana Amazon Warriors. The Warriors, who failed to defend their CPL title a few months ago, finished the league phase of the Global Super League in 3rd spot, missing out a spot in tonight's final. After you hear from these fans, we will come to the end of this evening's newscast. Of course, you can find these and other stories at our website, newsroom.gy, and across our social media pages, Newsroom Guyana. On behalf of the news and technical teams, I'm Vishani Raghavar. Thank you for watching.
All right, Uncle, just tell me your thoughts on this new tournament coming to Guyana.
Well, I think it's a good tournament. But one of the big positive is that at least the president get involved in this, which I think we are all happy about it. Other than that is that I think we need to look at quality cricket, and in getting quality cricket, we need to get good players involved. I'm not saying these players are not real good, but still, like look at the IPL, look at the Abu Dhabi cricket. You get good players, and it's very entertaining cricket. So I would feel that coming maybe the next tournament, if so desired by the Guyana, I think we should go for quality players to improve the tournament. And in so doing, we would get better cricket, we would entertain cricket. One of the things which I'm very disappointed with is that look at the Guyana performance for the past couple of matches, even going back to the CPL. I don't think there were much improvement. I can still see that. And look at last night's performance. Yes, all of us are going to say that the captain erred, but you have good players. I mean, 119 runs, 170 runs, a run a ball. What's difficult in getting that? I mean, you can't blame the captain. He tried, he's doing his best. But look at the other players there. And that's something we need to ponder on and maybe calculate better coming up next time.
What happened to the Warriors last night?
Why, it was disappointing. I can't say exactly what happened, but yeah, it was a tough run.
If you were to put, one factor that you think led to that defeat, what would it be? They batted poorly. They could have batted a bit better.
Definitely. Yeah, the bowlers performed. You could see. Yeah, we got them out for 116. That was magnificent. We should have got them out for less. Yeah. Well, at the beginning, after we start losing wicket, I think it's like 70 they would have make or something like that. But then they went on to make 116. And it was disappointing.
Yeah. And Victoria, of course, you're backing them. You think they got what it takes to go all the way and win this title tomorrow?
Well, I'd hoping to see Victoria and Warriors in the finals. That was my, And then, well, obviously I would have got to switch back. Like I said, I got 2 horses in the race. Yeah. Warriors is #1, of course. And if not, you gotta get somebody else to show your support behind. Yeah, so we got Victoria for now.
I see you backing the Warriors. Just reflect on last night and where you thought the Warriors lost it.
Well, first of all, they had a very low total to go out and get, but the batting just fell apart. And they could have done better when it comes to the batting, but that's where, 117, what it was, it's a decent total for you to go out and chase. But that's the game of cricket, you know. They say it's glorious uncertainties, so we have to just try and do better to go. It's our tournament, so we were expecting the Warriors to at least make it to the finals. But like I said before, excellent cricket is being played, and whichever team win, congratulations to them tomorrow. We're going to have a great final nevertheless, and we're going to be backing whichever team that is playing tomorrow. We'll find out tonight.